Hello and welcome to populating the 2018 STAAR Student Progress Template. Please note that this is preliminary data. It's designed to be an instructional tool, not to be a predictor or projection of the final Domain 2 Part A raw score for the campus or for the district. In BISD, principals will need to log on to Edaphoria Aware, drill down to a 2018 STAAR test, so you'll go to the Quick Views folder, STAAR test, then you'll choose the year 2018, the grade if you have the option of 5th or 8th, the subject, and then if you're at an elementary, the language, English or Spanish. I recommend beginning with the English as it's your larger population of students, and now you should see your default report on the right-hand side of your screen. Now you are going to look at the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You'll see the little down delta arrow here, and you're going to choose the last item, the 2018 Student Progress Report. And now your report that was the default report will change. Now you will edit the report. Click on the edit icon, which is on the upper left-hand portion of your screen, and on the Tables tab, you will open up the STAAR test folder, drill down to 2017, and the grade level that reflects the prior grade level. Open up the same subject, same test, and drag it over underneath your 2018 test. It's important then that you drag the 2018 down below the 2017 test, and you'll see some examples here of same subject, same grade, same language. Elementary schools, it's important that you choose just one language for right now. So if you started with English, pull over then the prior year English, same subject, or Spanish the same. Later on at the end of this PowerPoint, we will show you how to work with both English and Spanish, but for right now we're going to stick with one language. So let's all continue on. You do not need to do anything with the columns and summarize tabs. Click on Update, which is on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and after your report appears, choose Print, which is on the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and then Export to Excel. Now you're going to open up the Excel spreadsheet, enable editing, which is most likely a little button in the center of the top of the Excel spreadsheet, and then you're going to put your cursor on letter A and highlight all the way columns A through AH. Do not copy the entire spreadsheet, only columns A through AH. Let's take a look at how these steps look when we see it live. After you log on to Edaphoria Principles, you're going to choose Aware, Quick Views, the STAAR test folder, 2018, but I'm using demo data, so mine is 2015, but you're going to choose the 2018 STAAR, either 5th grade or 8th grade. I'm choosing 5th grade, Math, English, and as soon as you've drilled down to your last choice, you'll notice your default report on the right. Right now we're looking at the overall student scores, and we want to choose the report that says 2018 STAAR Progress. In BISD, when you open this up, it's going to be the very last one as you scroll down. In this demo data, it's about halfway through my list of reports. So I'm choosing this, but yours will look the same exact way, 2018 STAAR Student Progress, excuse me. Then you're going to go ahead and add over the prior year, because for progress we wanted to look at the students where they were last year and where they are this year to see if there's growth. So we're going to go to Edit, choose the folder that says STAAR Test on the Tables tab. You have an 18 test already in either reading or math. You're going to choose from the 2017 folder. For my example, I'm going to 2014. Since I already have 5th grade here, I'm going to choose the prior grade level, which is 4th grade, and I want to make sure, since I'm working with elementary, that I'm comparing an English test to an English test or a Spanish test to a Spanish test. One important thing to do is put these two tests in sequential order. So take your 2018 test and drag it underneath your 2017 test. So now you would have 2017 grade 4 math, 2018 grade 5 math. You don't need to do anything on the columns or summarize tab. So the last thing that we're doing here within this is choosing update on the bottom right. Now we have our report where we have our first test here. So yours will have your 2017 grade 4 or 7. And then if you scroll over, you'll have your 2018 grade 5 or 8 here. Again, make sure that you chose the same subject and the same language. After this, the only thing we need to do is to put this information that's here on this report into an Excel spreadsheet. So we're going to go up here to Print, Export to Excel, and you'll notice your Excel spreadsheet appears down here on the bottom left. Open this up, and I'm going to maximize it so that it's larger, and I'm going to click Enable Editing, and then remember you have to highlight rows A through AH. So I'm putting my cursor over here, I'm clicking on A, and I'm going to hold my finger down on the mouse and scroll all the way over to column AH, and then I'm going to right click and copy. And now we're ready to proceed. The next thing that you'll do is open up your 2018 STAAR Student Progress template. After you open up the template, enable editing and put your cursor in cell A1. Right click and choose the paste option of paste values. Now that your data is in the template, we want to organize it. So now put your cursor in cell A2 and click on cell A2. Then go to your upper right hand corner, choose Sort and Filter, and choose a custom sort. At this point, the custom sort will appear just as the picture below looks, and you're going to click OK. Now all of your student information has been added into the template, so you're ready to jump in and have fun looking at the progress matrix charts. You can use any of the tabs down below that have the different subpopulations, and you'll notice at the far right you have two new tabs, a teacher tab and a test section tab. The teacher tab, to populate that, you need to follow the instructions that are in row 1 on that tab. Copying and pasting will not work. You need to type in the teacher name exactly as the instructions state, and then the data will populate for that particular teacher. The same thing goes with the test section. Again, please follow the instructions in row 1 to complete that particular matrix. All of the information for the teachers, the courses, and the periods comes from the master schedule that you created within eSchool. Also, the campus tab will give you the same information that's on the first tab for y'all, since you have access to look at your campus data only. So the last thing that we did when we were live together was we copied columns A through AH within our AWARE student information that we exported. Now we're going to open up the 2018 STAAR Student Progress template, place our cursor in cell A1, right click and paste those values. Then we want to sort this information by clicking on cell A2, going to the upper right hand corner, choose Custom Sort. The custom sort automatically sets up the way that we need our information, and click OK. Now your template is complete. You can see your campus information on Domain 2, the second tab there. You can see your economically disadvantaged student information, your non-economically disadvantaged, your special education information, your current L, your ethnicity for your campus. For ethnicity, though, you do need to select an ethnicity from the drop-down menu here. Campus tab is going to give you just the same information as on your Domain 2 table because you have access to simply your campus information. But the two tabs that are new on this particular template is the Teacher tab and the Test Section tab. The Teacher tab will give you information on a particular teacher if you follow the instructions that are up here in row 1 exactly. It'll pull the information from the Student Data tab, and it gets that information from this column right here, AG. The Testing section really means the period and the course number that the child is in, and again, copy this information or type this information exactly as it is in row 1 right here in cells H through J. Best practice then is to save this particular template and these aware information that you exported as well. Thank you. For our middle schools, this is the end of the training for you. Thank you very much for all that you do for our students, and please contact ARE if you have any questions at all. For our elementary principals, this is not the end if you want to learn how to combine your English and Spanish onto one spreadsheet so that you can have your combined English and Spanish together. So for those folks, we're going to continue on. In order to create your English and Spanish combined, you need two Aware Excel spreadsheets, one with English information and one with Spanish information. You've already created one of those spreadsheets. Now you need to go back to slides 3 through 7 and do those same steps again with the other language. Make sure that you save both of your spreadsheets to your desktop or somewhere you'll be able to find them, with words that include information that you will need, such as aware, grade, subject, and language. You can see the examples that are here on screen. Open up both spreadsheets, and on the Spanish spreadsheet, you're going to copy all of the student information, which begins on row 3. So copy rows 3 all the way down to the last student that's listed. Do not copy the entire spreadsheet. Then you're going to open up your English spreadsheet, highlight the first blank row below the last student that's listed, right-click and insert those copied cells. Now you're going to take your spreadsheet that contains both the English and the Spanish, and in row 1, add in some language so that you will know that this is English and Spanish that you're looking at. You can see that I added E/S on both the 17 and the 18 information in row 1. Now save this spreadsheet and call it something that will denote that it contains both languages. You're going to use this combined spreadsheet to complete the instructions on how to populate the progress template, and you can look back on slides 10 through 12 if you need reference. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this English information, the 14 and 15 information, and save it onto my desktop. So I'm going to go to Save As, and I'm going to save this as Aware Grade 5 Math, English, and you may want to put the year on it so that you're aware of what year it is for progress. And I'm going to save that onto my desktop. So now I have this saved, so I'm going to minimize this. And now I need to go through and get that 5th grade Spanish information. I already had the English. Now I need to go to Aware Quick Views STAAR Test 2015 5th grade math. Now I can just switch to the Spanish. Remember that we've got the student scores here. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. On my demo data, it's partway through, and I'm going to get this STAAR progress, student progress domain 2. After I do that, I'm going to go to edit and drag over that prior year of information. So for all of us, we're going to open up the STAAR folder. You would choose the 2017 information, choose the prior grade. Remember that we're working with the opposite language than we started with. So since I started with English, I'm now dragging over the Spanish. So I have 15 and 14, but remember I want them in sequential order. 14, 15, you would have 17, 18, and the numbers in numerical order also, grade 4, grade 5. And I'm going to update. Next, I need this in an Excel spreadsheet, so I'm going to go to Print, Export to Excel, and remember this is my student or my Spanish information. So before I even copy anything, I'm going to enable editing, and I am going to save this on my desktop. As a Spanish file, S-P-A-N-I-S-H. Okay, so there we have our Spanish information, and now we don't need to copy all of it because we're just going to add the student information onto our English file. So I'm going to start at row 3, which is my first student, and copy all the way down to my last Spanish testing student. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to open up that English file, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to my last student. I'm going to right click on the row underneath the last student, and I'm going to insert those copied cells. Now this information has the Spanish information down here, the English information up at the top, and so I want to save this file on my desktop or wherever you like to save things as English and Spanish. Another important thing we want to do on this file is change the names of the tests here. So somewhere up here I want to denote that this is English and Spanish from grade 4 in your 17 and English and Spanish in your 2018 information as well. And then go ahead and save that. You're going to copy this information the same way that you did before, putting your cursor on A, copying it all the way through AH, adding this information, in column A1 or in cell A1, pasting the values. Now we need to sort and filter by clicking on cell A2. Going to sort and filter, custom sort, clicking OK, and now we have our template that we can save on our desktop or onto our documents. Thank you so much for sticking with us all the way through to the end of this video. Please contact ARE if you have any questions at 956-698-2806. That's all, folks.